This morning, Alabama is set to become the latest state to redraw congressional districts in favor of Republicans following a landmark Supreme Court ruling. Last week's decision makes it much harder for states to create districts favoring minority candidates. Ed O'Keefe is in Montgomery, the state capital, with the latest on this. Ed, good morning. What can you tell us?
Gayle, good to see you. The fight over who ultimately controls the House of Representatives next year is now playing out here in the Deep South. This isn't just about the partisan power plays that we've seen in other big states. Down here, it's also about the decades-long fight over who ultimately represents mostly black communities.
Alabama Democratic Congressman Shomari Figures may soon be out of a job, not because he loses an election, but because his district could be drawn off the map.
People are not happy with the idea of this state legislature trying to take us back to a place where we've been before.
Figures represents most of Montgomery, Alabama, the birthplace of the modern civil rights movement. His constituents don't want the area to be redrawn into Republican-held congressional districts.
I just felt like I'd been hit by a ton of bricks. So many people gave their actual lives in order to exercise their fundamental right to vote.
Alabama Republicans, like Attorney General Steve Marshall, want the Supreme Court to reverse previous federal court rulings requiring his state to create two districts with mostly black voters.
Is this a Republican power grab?
No, I think what it is a legislature in Alabama being able to exercise their authority.
Unlike the new maps drawn in other states after President Trump asked Texas to come up with more Republican seats, Alabama, plus Tennessee and Louisiana, are now moving quickly in response to last week's Supreme Court ruling that narrowed the Voting Rights Act. So now, any state can redraw boundaries with less accounting for race. And Marshall, who's also running for the U.S. Senate, argues Alabama's map should better reflect the state's Republican tilt.
All our constitutional officers are from the Republican Party. It's no different than what you see in New England, for example, having a whole slate of Democratic representatives.
So Alabama's still waiting for court rulings on whether it can move ahead. A ruling could come as soon as today or tomorrow. Tennessee could act as soon as today to redraw a Democratic, mostly black district around the city of Memphis. Louisiana's going to act in the coming days as well. Lots of moving parts, Nate, with just 180 days to go.
You're right about that,
election
Ed.
day.
You're right about that. Thank you.